What up? It's Shut Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, y'all. Depending what time zone you're in, it's Friday. Actually, I didn't even remember it was Friday. Hold on. Let me start over. Depending on what time zone you're in, it's Friday. Or for some of y'all, it is Saturday morning. All right, y'all. We are back live, back in studio. Feels good to be back here. For those of you who missed it, we were live from the Diddy trial. For those of you who watched this show on podcast platforms, make sure you head on over to YouTube, click that live tab, and check out the 3 lives that we did directly outside of 500 Pearl Street. We did everything that we could do. We reported every single piece of information for you. We are on Judge Watch now to find out what is going on with Diddy, all right? But that is said and done. We are back to regular scheduled program. I have a lot to cover with you guys today. We have a jam-packed show, all right? Now, we're going to kick things off. I have a good show for you guys. I already said that. Every time I get back, it takes me a while to get acclimated. All right. I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got 2 lead stories. LAPD police suggest that Celeste may have been unalived inside David's home. There are new clues that could take months to determine what really happened. And they also have a potential Celeste sighting from August, which would really mess up things with the timeline. All right. So we're going to give you guys an update of what's going on with R&B/rapper singer David. Also, in our second lead story, Donald Trump and Erica Kirk knew each other before Charlie and Erica even got married. And in quick news, we got a lot going on. We're going to talk Cardi B, Rihanna, ASAP Rocky, Live Nation, Instagram, Diddy, Trump, Epstein, Charlie Kirk, Ray J, Kim Kardashian, Joe Biden, ICE, US TikTok, James Comey, Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon, Cardi B versus JT, Adele, Taylor Swift, Nas, and Jay-Z. Tell you it's going to be a good show. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, question of the day, and social discussion of the day. But we are going to have a very, very special comment of the day. It's going to be our first ever live comment. Somebody came up and gave me this while I was live. So not only did they give me this painting, they also gave me a letter. So today's comment of the day will be a live comment. I will read you this. One of the most touching moments that I've had in my content creator career. All right. So stay tuned for that in comments of the day, our first live comment of the day. Question of the day comments of the day. All right. Y'all know what time it is. See, it takes me a while to get acclimated. All right. Take 2. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs and radio, your devices up. I'm back. Let's go. All right, our first lead story. Time to get serious because this is actually a very sad story. Like I said at the top of the show, I have 3 updates about David. We're going to stick them all together. This is what happened over the past 2 or 3 days, okay? LAPD reportedly suspects Celeste may have been unalived inside David's home after reviewing surveillance footage cameras. They're saying that the home was very heavily surveillanced, all right? The caption reads, police reports believe that Celeste may have been unalived inside of the home that they were living in for after they broke their lease of $20,000 a month. I told you guys that actually before I left, I think on the Wednesday or Tuesday show. Reportedly, Celeste's parents are nowhere to be found. They have not been answering their door at their home, and their neighbors haven't seen them in days. Okay. Here is a picture of the home with the surveillance cameras. There's a picture almost like of visual. Vigil. I was having a hard time pronouncing that name. That word. Okay, so that is the first update, okay? Cameras, the police feel like they have something. The second thing that we're going to talk about is new clues. I'm going to reserve my comments to the end because every time I hear a new update about this story, it gets me even more confused, but I'm going to wait till the end. The second story is new clues have been discovered, but police say it could take weeks, even months to determine how Celeste ended up unalived. New clues in the unaliving of Celeste, who was found inside the Tesla registered to David. Police say it could take weeks or even months to determine how she was unalived or whether there was even a crime committed. as of now, David is still not a suspect. Okay. Now, the last thing is a potential sighting, a potential Celeste sighting. This is at a concert in August. Okay. A possible Celeste sighting, late August concert would close the window on the unaliving timeline. Here is the video. This is a concert. We'll have to obviously, what's the word I'm looking for? We'll have to take out the audio for copyright reasons. So this is not David's music. We'll put in another track that will be acceptable for YouTube, but just more concentrate on seeing that this could be Celeste at the top balcony. All right, take a look. Oh, and actually, I forgot there was one more recent thing that literally just came out like an hour ago. TMZ just put this out. It says Celeste was seen on a security cam in Lake Ilshore before her disappearance. That's where her parents live. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. This is not much to this video, but this is her just walking in the street. Okay, just take a quick look. Okay, so that is up to speed as of today, Friday, okay? From Wednesday till today. That's the news. Now, last time, if I'm not mistaken, last time I spoke with you guys about this on Tuesday, or maybe it was Monday, I let you guys know a couple of things. A, that David is presently and still not a suspect. When you're a suspect, or if you've been arraigned or charged, the police, obviously, there's certain things that they could do because the law permits them or a judge permits them to say, okay, he's officially a suspect or officially charged or whatever. Him not being even a suspect, meaning that he is just like how you or I are right now. He is free to move around, do whatever he wants. The police cannot tail him. They cannot do anything. I mean, maybe they could be tapping his phones. Maybe that's something they could be doing kind of like in the background. But for what we know now, like there's nothing going on. I also told you guys from what I've been hearing is that the police can't even find him and they don't know where he is. From what I have been able to gather since I've been back, people still don't know where he is. Now, the police, this first thing or the second thing that I played you here, where they're like, they keep on getting more clues. And the fact that they're saying now, like it's a week or maybe months to determine what's going on. I've been hearing that the police, for some reason, are purposely holding back evidence and what they know from the public, which is a little bit kind of counterproductive because normally, like you see with the with just what happened with Tyler Robinson, the guy who unalived Charlie Kirk, they would maybe hold something back for like 24 hours or like 30 something hours, and then they would say, okay, we're going to go to the public and give you guys information because I want the public's help. Now, with this situation, the police are keeping everything close to the vest. Like the little things that we find out as TMZ gets a footage, somebody else puts out a footage. The entire world is invested in this case. The police are not saying anything. David is not saying anything. David is not working with the police. Like this, from what I'm hearing, might just end up being, I know that a lot of you are not going to be happy with this, but it might just end up being like an unsolved mystery. The police don't want to say what they feel is going on. And I've heard that they feel like they know what's going on, but because they can't prove it, they don't want to say. David, of course, he knows what's going on, but he must know if he unalived her or not, right? And I think that anybody who's been following this story, we would assume that it was him, right? There has been things going on out there that there was a second person in play, but I don't even want to talk about that right now. But make a long story short, and the reason why this might seem confusing is because everybody that even attempts to talk about this, it's a confusing case because nobody has any facts. Like nobody. You hear her parents can't be reached, like nothing. I'm going to go as far to say is that I think this might just end up being an unsolved mystery. That is what I'm hearing is going to happen. And David will never be a suspect and he'll never be charged. And this just goes off as like an internet detective and we'll all just have our theories of what happened. I hope that's not the case. But the way the police are acting, I spoke with somebody in LA and it's like, they don't normally do this. And there has to be a reason. Them saying it's going to take weeks or even months? Why? What would be the reason for that? Oh, we found new evidence. We have camera footage. What would take months? Months. And of course, this has to be a high priority. It's the biggest story. Like, it's literally probably up there with Charlie Kirk and Diddy. Like, it's that known, that big on the internet and in the media. Like, TMZ talks about it every day. So anyways, that's all I have for now. And like I said, that's a little inside information that I was able to give. And that's what some people are predicting. Like, it just might be an unsolved mystery. Normally when the police act like this is because they don't have enough to prove their case. So we'll see. If you guys have any information out there, anything else but like, conspiracy theories with some facts, please comment below and let me know if you've heard anything, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow on the show. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our second lead story. Donald Trump and Erica Kirk knew each other before she met Charlie, and Erica's dad used to work for Trump. Okay, for my daily listeners, you know that right after the Charlie Kirk memorial, I got on here and I played for you like the hug and the holding or whatever. And I was like, hey, nice memorial, et cetera, et cetera. I gave you guys my take, but I was like, that hug is the first time I've ever seen Donald Trump have that much PDA, and he is married. You know what I mean? Like, it was, to me, felt a little bit uncomfortable. I started seeing things online that people are like, I feel the same way. Oh my gosh, and different angles and whatever, blah, blah. And as a result of that, I guess people started digging, and people have come up with the fact that Erica Kirk competed in a 2012 Miss USA competition, which was owned by Trump. The talent portion of the Miss Arizona contest was performing a dribbling exhibition with 2 balls. Her website still lists contact information to book her for modeling and acting. The second thing here is James Kirk was born October the 14th, 1993 in Chicago suburbs of Arlington Heights, Illinois, and was raised in a nearby Prospect Heights. His father, Robert W. Kirk, is an architect who was involved in the construction of Trump Towers. Okay, here is Erica Kirk's, I guess, kind of like, I don't know if it's her biography or whatever, but there's some things that they're holding up here. Here's some people saying on some stuff online. So wait, what do you mean? Charlie Kirk's wife was Miss Arizona 2012 for Donald Trump's Miss USA. Here is another picture of her. Donald Trump owned Miss USA pageant from 1996 till 2015 when it aired on NBC before selling it to IMG. Today, the competition lives on the CW. But back in 2012, Erica Kirk won the Miss Arizona USA crown, but didn't make it past the Miss USA stage. Do I have anything else? All right, here's a couple of other comments. Damn, here I thought it was just that she was just an ordinary stay-at-home mom. The plot thickens. So Trump has been puppeteering Charlie's wife the whole time, the life arc. And on top of Erica Kirk working for Trump long before she ever met Charlie, social media just uncovered that Charlie's dad, Robert W. Kirk, was also an architect who helped the construction of Trump Towers. All right, I think that's it. What I have, let me just yeah, that's it. Oh, there's something about Celeste that I didn't answer. Oh no, I wrote that. Okay, so this goes on beyond like conspiracy theory. So she worked technically indirectly for Trump because she was part of the pageant. His father worked. Now, does that mean like anything more with the hug? Not necessarily, but it just adds to the why were they being so close and so affectionate to each other, and why, it just raises speculation. Let's just leave it at that. For those of you who don't remember, I have a small video. I won't play the whole thing, but I have a small video of how they were on stage just to jog your memory. Take a look. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of conspiracies online about Charlie and his unaliving, that it was that he really wasn't unalive. There was what did they call that? Like in the movies, a squib or something that went off. It really wasn't that. Candace Owens is saying, why did you guys hide the back camera? What's really going on with that? How come the thing that comes out of the GUN, how come it went into where it went into here, and how come it didn't come out of the back? Sorry that I don't want to be too descriptive. We don't want to get flagged by YouTube. But yeah, how come, it got lodged? Something of that size, that powerful should have came out the back. There's so many theories that are going online. This is why so many people are talking about Erica Kirk and why they were so chummy online. Chummy on stage. Also, there's a lot of pictures out there with her, dabbing her eyes but having no tears. People are saying she's very performative and she was acting up there. I don't know. I wanted to bring it to you guys. I was a little hesitant, but it's really getting big online. And like I always say with stories like this, my job is to let you guys know what's going on out there. So this is the talk, okay? Well, I've told you at length about Candace Owens, how she feels like there's something up. And a lot of you guys really like that. A lot of you guys really like and supported what Candace Owens is doing. I said a bunch of times, I'm not her biggest fan, but I love how she's riding for Charlie. So this just adds to the bucket. Maybe one day, everything will come to light. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that there could be something going on? There's a reason why they were so close, the father being interested. Who knows? I'll leave that up to you guys in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, like I said at the top of the show, we have a lot that we want to cover so you guys don't miss anything in the past 2 or 3 days. This is not going to be quick news. This is going to be speed news, all right? So our first quick story, Cardi B is projected to debut #1 on the Billboard 200 charts with an increased 205 units sold, 95 pure sales. Shout out to Cardi. That is really good. In this day and age, that is amazing. If this was 5 or even 10 years ago, that would be a flop for somebody of Cardi's size. But in today's world, this was amazing. I told you guys I love to roll out with the court. Then with all the interviews that she's doing, it feels like an old school album rollout. I will say one thing I feel like we all know that Cardi has a great personality, right? I just think that the interviews she's doing, and I have posted a bunch of them up on our Instagram at the Trend Out Loud show. And I feel like during these interviews, when there's so much of her personality coming out, I feel like her management or her publicist should do a better job of just reminding her that, hey, we're actually here to sell the album. So you could be Cardi and do Cardi stuff, but always tie it back to the album. Go listen to the album, whatever. You saw before the album came out, she was going on the train and doing all these things saying, hey, I'm a single mom. Go buy my album. Like that was good. I just feel like a bunch of the interviews now are going viral because she has such a great personality. And we just love hearing her say these outlandish things. And that's great. But I feel like these numbers should be even higher for the size artist that she is. A lot of people have said that it's a pretty decent album. Like, it's not like, oh, the album sucks. A lot of people like it. A lot of people like the music. I just feel if her team would concentrate a little bit more on the music and the viral clips are not so much about Cardi's personality, she would have more sales. But that's just my 2 cents. You guys want to pay me to come help you out there? Let me know. Been in the music industry a long time. I got y'all. What do you guys think about Cardi's rollout? What do you think about all her clips going viral? What do you think about the album? Let me know in the comment section below. Our second quick story or speed story. Shout out to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Hold on. This is they have their first baby girl. Yeah, man. Birth of a healthy baby. That definitely warrants some. Rocky Irish Myers, born September the 13th, 2005. And they just put these little boxing gloves, pink gloves. So shout out to Rihanna and ASAP. I was a little bit confused by this because somebody was like, yo, did you hear that Rihanna had a baby? And then I saw like the next day, Rocky was like, yeah, I would like for it to be a girl. And I was like, did they have the baby or not? Are they trolling us? And then I think it was just yesterday they finally posted the picture. So I guess they wanted to roll out the birth, however they wanted to roll it out. But congratulations. I know how it is. My sister had a couple of boys before she had her girl, my niece. So I know how they feel a little bit. And it's amazing when you have, one gender. Yeah, one gender, or you keep having the same gender and then you want it and then you finally get it. So special girl, Rocky Irish Myers. Congratulations to the new parents. All right, our third quick story. Live Nation CEO has said that concert tickets are not expensive enough. It's like a badge of honor, 70 grand for the Knicks courtside. They roast me if we charge $800 for Beyonce. What? Anyways, I wanted to put this out here because I know y'all like going to concerts and stuff, but this is crazy. Live Nation, which owns most of the venues, has a CEO who feels he is charging people too little. In 2022, he was paid $139 million, making him the fifth highest paid CEO in the US that year. So yeah, Chris Brown has a crazy concert, Usher, Beyonce, these concerts that I already feel is too much money. Like, that is crazy work. The ticket prices are going to go up. And Live Nation, all the concerts that are the big concerts, the big names, are all by Live Nation. So they have a monopoly. So, before those tickets raise up, I don't know. Get your tickets now. Our fourth quick story. Instagram will allow you to customize your algorithm. This new feature allows you to pick types of content shown to you. Instagram is piloting a new feature that allows users to fine-tune the content they see on Reels by selecting categories they want more of and removing those they don't. The upgrade gives users great control over recommendations, aiming to improve personalization and reduce irrelevant suggestions. The head of Instagram described it as a meaningful way to shape the experience, helping users both correct the algorithm when it's wrong or highlight interests that the platform hasn't identified. The test reflects Instagram's ongoing push to boost its user satisfaction by making its recommendation system more transparent and customizable. You know what? Like, it's always been a thing that everybody always complains about. They want Instagram to go back to chronological order. If you guys remember, or maybe some of you don't, when Instagram first came out, your feed was in chronological order. Whoever you were following, that's what you would see. So for example, if I posted something now, you would open your thing, you would see it now. If one of your friends posted 5 hours ago and there was three friends before, it would be mine, another friend, and it would just be in order as somebody posted. But Instagram and social media has gone so far beyond that look, like, I don't even feel like people post like how they used to, like 4 or 5 years ago. Instagram is more of a way like how like TikTok is, where it's like, it's entertainment. It's almost like TV. So you get your TikTok challenges, you get your updates, you get your favorite content creator or whatever, blah, blah. Like, you're not looking for your friends' post, because people more post if they're posting something, they post in their stories, right? So, I like that Instagram is doing this, but I think the whole Instagram experience and why Instagram is so popular, or just social media is so popular, is our feeds now are not necessarily the exact way we want it, but it's the popular, the trending, the thing that has the most sense, and it ends up feeding to you, and everyone's Instagram ends up being curated to them, but you don't even realize that you are creating your own Instagram, because it's what the algorithm knows when you stop. It knows when you forward something to somebody. It knows when you like something. So you are already cultivating your own Instagram. So I just think that they're just doing this for the people who are haters. I love my Instagram. I would never want it to change. Well, some things I'm trying to change a little bit now, actually. But anyways, I need to speed up with this. But let me know what you guys think about this new thing. Or do you like how your feed is? And I don't want to ever say I trust my algorithm, but it's already doing that work. And I don't think that this was needed, is all I'm trying to say. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our fifth quick story. Diddy ordered to explain designer outfit request ahead of federal prostitution case sentencing. A federal judge is requiring Sean Diddy Combs to explain why he should be allowed to wear anything other than jail clothing when he appears in court to be sentenced October the 3rd. According to this article, the judge recently denied Diddy an earlier request to wear non-prison clothes as at a separate hearing, stating to the defense they did not provide a valid reason. The court did not entirely shut down the idea for the October appearance, but the judge made it clear that a detailed justification must be submitted before approval is granted. In the revised request, Diddy's legal team asked for 2 sweaters, 2 shirts, and 2 pairs of pants, and 1 shoes without laces, noting it's a similar list that he wore during his criminal trial. The sentencing stems from a guilty verdict on charges related to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So the reason why I wanted to touch on this is I think it was my first live after we came out. Actually, no, sorry. It was my last live because it was after we saw Diddy. And one of the first things I said was, holy cow, Diddy looks horrible. His hair looked horrible. His beard looked horrible. And yes, his outfit looked horrible. And that's because while we were there in the summertime, he was groomed. He had on his sweaters, they different colors. He had on a collar, nice pants, slacks, and that was shocking. But I feel like I'm agreeing with the judge here because the reason why an inmate or a prisoner has the right to dress like how you and I are dressed is because before you are found guilty, you're innocent, right? Innocent until proven guilty. And the law says that the jury should always see you in an innocent looking state. So if you were there trying to prove your innocence, but you're dressed in prison clothes, subconsciously, the jury might already see you as a prisoner and think that you're guilty. So that's why even somebody who doesn't get bail, the jury never sees them in shackles, they never see them in handcuffs, and they see them walking around free. It doesn't matter how dangerous the prisoner is. You're innocent until proven guilty. But to be fair, Diddy, you were found guilty. So if you were found guilty and now there is no more jurors, the only reason why he would be asking to come to court in those nice clothes would be for the media. Because yesterday, the only people who were in court were his lawyers, and who cares how he's dressed in front of his lawyers. All his family was there, his mom, his brother-in-law, everybody, etc., all his kids or whatever. And those are your kids, those are your family. So who cares if they see you? And the only other people who are inside the courtroom are us. There's legacy media, the NBC, ABC, CNN, TMZ, or whatever, and then content creators. There's 14 of us. So, and it's closed door. And it's not state, so it's not being recorded. So I say all of this to say, and I'm sure you could hear it in my voice, that I think this is a horrible decision that Team Diddy is making. Are you joking? What they were talking about here that they got denied was exactly where I was the ruling on Motion 29. So I didn't even know this, but they tried to get Diddy to come in plain clothes yesterday. That obviously got denied. I heard that they asked too late. And now they're working on next week, October the 3rd. If he doesn't rule positively in Motion 29, Diddy will have to face sentencing October the 3rd. You got denied one time. Why are you now asking the judge again for this? What would be the reason? What will be your explanation? Why? Because TMZ is going to look at me and see me in a jail outfit? They can't take pictures of you. There's no video. There's no camera. There's no nothing. So you don't want the media to see you like that? Diddy has more important things to worry about. I think him and his team should be concentrating on, and by the way, I did a fantastic job. You can go watch my live. I thought they did a fantastic job. Alexander Shapiro totally threw down the gauntlet and went at the prosecution's neck and the judge's neck. Like, it was amazing. But to add this in there, if it was me, and I know I said I was going to be quick in here, but if that was me, I would show the judge that I think it's wrong that you're charging me for the Mann Act, and I think it's wrong that that you haven't ruled on Motion 29. And the only thing that I would want my team talking to the judge about was ruling that motion and throwing out these two charges. And or if that's not the case, I'd want him focused on October the 3rd and my sentencing for a charge that was a racist charge to begin with, something that judges and Superior Court judges don't even want to acknowledge, and you don't want to throw it out, and you're going to sentence me to time served and send me home. I don't care. You can bring me here in my pajamas. I don't care. I want to go home. And I think that's all the judge should be hearing. And I think his team asking to wear designer outfits and wear a nice crew neck or whatever is just showing that he is focused on other things. The judge should be thinking, because the whole point is, Your Honor, I have an elderly mother. I have kids. I need to go home. I need to take care of my family. I need to take care of this. Why would you be looking like you're vain? Like, nobody can take pictures of you. Nobody's seeing nothing. Like, anyways, I really, really disagree with this. And the amazing stuff they did yesterday, this puts it in the back of the judge's head. And like I said in all of my lives yesterday, the juries are human beings. The judge is a human being. The prosecution, they're human beings. As humans, things subconsciously go in our head. And the judge is literally going to think that this is a priority to him. And I would not for 1 second let the judge think that I care about that. The only thing I would let him hear is, I want to go take care of my mom. My mom is getting old. I want to go to be with my daughters, to be with my sons. I want to go home. I don't care. Bring me in here, whatever you want. Bring me here in a bathrobe. I want to go home. Anyways, I had to get it off my chest. Very disappointed in this Team Diddy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our sixth quick story. Trump and Epstein holding hands on National Mall. Trump and Epstein holding hands on National Mall statue sparks outrage and remove order. A 12-foot tall statue of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein holding hands installed anonymously at the National Mall. The plaque claims they had a long-standing bond, and the group behind it, the Secret Handshake, says it's political art to force accountability. The Park Service allowed it briefly, then removed it, claiming permit violations, but the message stuck. Here is the little plaque in honor of our Friendship Month. That's hilarious. As we celebrate long-lasting bond between President Donald J. Trump and his closest friend, Jeffrey Epstein. Hilarious. I think things like this are hilarious, but you're going to see I'm an equal opportunity person, because 2 stories from now or 3 stories from now, Donald Trump does something that is trolling, and I don't have a problem with it either. Troll Trump and let Trump troll, because Donald Trump is the king of troll, all right? So I actually love this. I wish it would have stayed up a little bit longer. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Our seventh quick story. Legislation filed to put Charlie Kirk on the silver coin in 2016. I think we wrote that headline wrong. Oops. Charlie Kirk could be placed on new U.S. currency under new House GOP proposal. A pair of House Republicans are pushing to have Charlie Kirk's immortalized on U.S. currency in the wake of his unaliving earlier this month. Republican Study Committee Chairman, et cetera, plan to introduce the bill later this week, directing the U.S. Treasury to mint 400,000 silver coins with Charlie Kirk's likeliness. Okay, guys. You guys know that I have been super fair throughout this whole Charlie Kirk thing. The memorial, everything I have been, as I am, just fair, and I call it like I see it. And I'm not even saying that this shouldn't happen. All I'm just saying is, if you do this for Charlie Kirk, then what about future and past things that have happened to people? And nobody has been able to answer this. What is it about Charlie Kirk that there's a new frontier of what the Republicans are doing for a horrible situation that should never have happened? I don't condone it. It was totally wrong. Give him whatever sentence you want to give him, unalive him, to whatever y'all want to do. No problem. All I'm just saying is that this is setting a new precedent, and I just still can't understand. I understand the backlash of what happened. I just don't understand putting the man on. Like, do you guys remember that Harriet Tubman was supposed to be on the $20 bill, and that's been delayed for years and years and years, and now all of a sudden there could be legislation that passes that Charlie Kirk's going to be on 500,000 silver coins, and from what I'm hearing, like, they want it to happen like by like next year. Like I said, I'm not saying no, not to do it, but if that's going to happen, then when Democrats get in office, something happens to somebody, put them on this or put them on that, and it's just going to go back and forth. Like, I just think that we need to focus, but that's just my 2 cents. Who's going to listen to me? Let me know what you guys think about in the comment section below. Our eighth quick story. Ray J helping feds build a Rico case against Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. Worse than Diddy. All right, I'm going to go to a little clip. Take a listen. And before I play it, I just want to let you guys know. Everybody knows Ray J as a troller, right? We've played you guys clips with him and Kai Cenat. We've played, things that he's done in the past, and he definitely is a troller. I have heard from credible sources that this is not a troll, and there's actually really something going on. I'm not allowed to say what it is or give out any more information than that, but just listen and then I'll read you something quickly afterwards. Take a look.
This federal Rico though, on KK and Kris, the federal Rico I'm about to drop on Kris and Kim is about to be crazy. I'm talking about, I'm on the news every day like, yeah. The rain is coming, the feds is coming. There's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy.
Ray J claims that authorities are investigating Kim and Kris Kardashian and that a RICO charge is imminent. He made this allegation while speaking to Krishan Rock during a recent live stream on social media. He didn't provide any further explanation, but a clip of his comments are going viral online. The federal RICO charge is about to drop on Kris and Kim is about to be crazy, Ray J alleges. I'm on every news every day. I'm saying a lot of ish. Nobody that is cool with Kim, they need to tell her now the feds is coming. There's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. I hate reading back something that somebody says because it's hard to read back slang. Anyways. Earlier this year, Ray J also suggested that the Kardashian family is deserving of a RICO investigation during an appearance on the Tubi series TMZ Presents United States versus Sean Combs. Inside the Diddy trial, while defending the bad boy mogul, he says, "If you told me that the Kardashians were being charged with racketeering, I might believe it." This is not the first time Ray J has called out Kim Kardashian this week. He previously complained about her and other celebrities not donating to Kai Cenat despite appearing on his live stream. He said, old icons come in on Kai's stream to promote themselves, but don't show any love back. No Twitch account to even try to gift him or the chat. Shaking my head, he captioned in a video. In the video, he further explained, homie out here working hard for 30-day subs, having Kim and Mariah out here. These N-words don't gift nothing. He's trying to get 1 million subs. Kim, blah, 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 blah. I gifted him like 15,000 that night. You're on a platform, etc., etc. Okay, we're not here to talk about Kai Cenat. Okay. Again, like I said, I want him to say this properly. So, again, Ray trolls, we know that. But I will say that during the Diddy investigation, this is a perfect way to say it. During the Diddy investigation, they obviously went down different paths while they were doing their investigation. And as we all know, during the path of investigation, we all heard little rumblings of Gloria Estefan. We heard little rumblings of Beyonce, Jay-Z, of course, LeBron James. And we also heard Kim Kardashian. If you remember, we also heard Khloe Kardashian. And it was during that investigation that the police or the feds ended up finding some things not necessarily relating to Diddy, parts of it was, but then ended up finding some other things that apparently they are looking into, and Kim knows that they're looking into it. Like, this is not a secret. Now, the feds are always actively investigating. As I've always told you, there's always active, civil cases going on. There's always a lot of things going on in the background. Then, of course, when charges are laid, that's when we hear it. So this is not anything that is uncommon. Diddy was being looked into by the feds for like 2-3 years before we even heard about anything. Why Ray J felt the need to say this and kind of hint it to people, we all know that he is, dare I say the word, jealous of the fact that he was the one who put Kim Kardashian on, and Kim Kardashian and the whole family are billionaires, and Ray J ain't broke, but he ain't anywhere close to being a billionaire. So it's coming off, and he's saying it as a troll, like, oh yeah, if you say this, like when he's talking to TMZ and on his thing, but he knows that really what's going on, and he's putting it out like a troll. So he is kind of indirectly getting at them, but he's like, yo, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to make it seem like a troll, but keep playing with me, and I'm actually going to start making it more serious. So this is kind of like a back and forth kind of jab between them. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I'm letting you guys in without, saying too much. There'll be more on this soon, that I can tell you. When things will come out, I don't know that part, but just know that there will be more in this vein before the end of the year, all right? So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our 9th quick story. Professor Diddy gets praise from inmates for teaching free game. Hey, is there no right up here? Yeah. Diddy is unexpectedly earning respect from fellow inmates who say his self-created class has been life-changing behind bars. In a new court filing, including letters from men at the MDC detention center in Brooklyn, praising his free game with Diddy program and describing its impact. In this class, I finally had a purpose. In this class, I finally have a purpose, something to look forward to every day. Wrote one of the inmates. Another inmate said, he's shown us how small daily changes can add up to major transformation. Another person said, Mr. Cohn's class focuses on setting realistic weekly goals. He taught me it's never too late to start and never too late to chase your dreams. Another person said, I appreciate learning something that I can use in the real world. He taught me the importance of having a plan. The filing further noted Diddy's generosity inside the facility, from sharing commissaries to supporting inmates who didn't submit letters. Meanwhile, Young Miami submitted a letter, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So, again, we were one of the first to post this. Shout out to the team. And our plug. Look, I know a lot of you don't like Diddy. I see it in the comments, and I love that we are able to do lives, and I was able to talk with you guys live and kind of answer some of your questions. So I hope that I was able to not necessarily change your mind, but give you a little bit more perspective on where I come from. And I come from a legal, I don't want to say legal background because I'm not a lawyer, but I have a lot of legal experience. And through doing this job, and learn to keep your emotions out of it. And regardless of how I feel about Diddy and Cassie, and that tape, when I talk about the case with Diddy, I'm able to just look at the 2 charges that he was found guilty of, and he was guilty of the Mann Act. And for that alone, I think he should get out, and you shouldn't have a charge trying to keep a man inside because you don't like what he did on a videotape with Cassie. Change the, this is going to make sense in a second because I'm going to get back to this. Change the statute of limitation on DV, and then you'd be able to charge him for the Cassie video. Having said all of that, this story gives even more reason to let Diddy out October the 3rd on time served. He's been inside for 13 years in a very, very horrible condition, under very, very horrible conditions. The MDC is hot in the summer and cold in the winter. People have been unalived there. Judges, people in the legal community, not the prisoners, legal communities, says that this place needs to be shut down. It's horrible. A lot of people that when they go inside and they're in horrible conditions, it weighs on them, right? And they get into fights, they get into arguments. They start getting broken. And a lot of the prosecution's letters are, don't let him out, he's a danger, he's this or whatever, blah, blah. This here, these classes and the guy showing you these things are these letters and saying that he's been an exemplary inmate. It goes to help the Diddy's defense team in showing to the judge, like, hey, well, he's been in here for 13 months. And if any of you have never known of anybody in jail or have not been in yourself, don't comment, because you have no clue what it's like living under those conditions. And for him to have a clean, pristine record, you have to take that in consideration. You have to. So again, not on Diddy's side or against them or whatever. I'm just reading the facts. And the fact that he's been in there, a billionaire, and he's used to housekeepers and cooks and chefs or whatever, and he doesn't have one incident in there, and he's running classes and he's teaching these men in there stuff. It just shows you the mindset. And I talked about this in my live. Everybody that's like, oh, he's gonna get out, he's gonna do this stuff again or whatever. Yo, jail will change the harshest criminal, man. I personally think when he gets out, even if he's not out on the 3rd, he's gonna make some serious changes in his life. And I think that he has potential to be bigger than he was before. Diddy's star was dimmed in the past couple of years, right? Like, this was not Sean Combs from Bad Boy days. You know what I mean? Like, he put out an album and it was like not even really anything, that Love album. Like, there wasn't anything crazy. I think that he can come out if he has, and he does have a strong team. He could reposition all of this and be bigger than he was before. And this shows it. I know some people are like, oh, this is cap, yo, he's just doing this. That's really easier said than done, working up and living on these conditions. This shows me a lot, and I think the judge should take that into consideration. As always, sound off. You might disagree and think, he knows he has to do this, you have to do this to get out. Every prisoner has an opportunity to have an exemplary record, and a lot end up not doing it. A lot. Your lawyer will tell you, don't get into trouble, don't do this, whatever. And then it's like, I got into a fight here. I got this, I got that. They found this under my bed. They caught me doing this. Somebody in Diddy's level of 13 months and not one blemish, that should show you the mindset he's in. He's focused. He wants to get home and get on with his life. My opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our 10th quick story. This is what I was talking about earlier about Donald Trump trolling. Trump replaces Joe Biden's picture at the White House with a picture of an auto pen. Hilarious, just hilarious. Look at this. Look at this one here. There's Trump and the auto pen. Now, a lot of people kind of like, oh, what is he doing? Like, he's doing Trump things. And like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, the one thing that you could depend on Trump is Trump's going to be Trump no matter what in his own right. And the same way how the Epstein statue, I think, is hilarious, and I love that it bothers him. I love that Jimmy Kimmel came back out, and his monologue is like the biggest monologue or the biggest audience ever. And like, I like this. I like when he gets trolled, and I like when people troll him. I like it. For one thing, it humanizes the political system, and I like that, and I feel like a lot of the newer generation likes that, and the Democratic Party, they need to tap into this. That's how Donald Trump was able to win the popular vote. That's how he was able to win the swing states, and that's why he's giving so much love to Charlie Kirk, because Charlie had that college campus demographic. And how did he have that? From going out and speaking like them, not speaking over them, where you're like, I don't even know what this president said. No, Donald Trump speaks, acts like that level of person, like who he wants to speak to. So he could talk to Putin, or he could talk to somebody who's 30 years old, and he knows doing these trolling things is going to get out on the internet, and a college kid is going to be like, that's hilarious. You know what I mean? So yes, and I know somebody might say down below that he cannot pronounce what was the thing you could pronounce? AstraZeneca, the Tylenol medication. But anyways, troll him with that too, okay? Maybe troll me because I even pronounced it wrong, but I'm dyslexic. I'm not here to say that I could pronounce words. Y'all know I'm horrible at that anyways. Anyway, sound off below. Let me know what you guys think about Trump replacing Biden. Side note, I said this was going to be speed news, and I feel like I'm talking a lot between each segment. Trent, speed things up. All right, our 11th quick story. ICE agent aggressively shoves and tackles a woman. All right. Caught on camera while masked agents ripped her husband away, an ICE officer shoved a grieving wife to the ground in full view of her children and onlookers. Video shows she did not touch him. She posed no threat, yet she was forced down after pleading to him. This happened in the immigration court where an assault should be unthinkable. This isn't about law enforcement. It's about unchecked power, trauma, and a system that treats human lives like collateral damage. I am going to make an executive decision not to show this video because I do not want YouTube to flag me. Like I said, I had one video last week that got flagged. This video is up on our Instagram page. Y'all should be following us anyways. Go to Instagram right now, The Trend Out Loud Show, to see the video. It's disturbing to watch, to be honest with you, because she does nothing to him at all. But head on over to our Instagram page and see it for yourself. If you don't want to see it, don't, actually, because it's not nice to look at. It's crazy. Just as a side note, I know there's a lot of views on ICE agents, and a lot of people are saying some horrible things. But just like when something happens on the left and on the right, just because you see a video like this from an ICE agent or you hear reports of some ICE agents doesn't mean that everybody on the ICE team is bad. I just want to say that because I like to think of myself as a fair person, and I wouldn't want to see a video of somebody on the left or somebody a minority and you think, oh, all minorities are like this or whatever. So to be fair, asterisk, this is not reflective of all ICE agents, although this one is horrible and I think you should be fired and I think you should be put in jail. My 2 cents. Go check it out, The Trend Out Loud Show on the gram. All right, this is our 12th quick story. I actually think this is a little bit disturbing, but could just be me. Trump signs order making TikTok an American company owned by MAGA billionaires. How did this even happen? I would just like to know. TikTok has officially gone MAGA. Trump has signed an executive order to move TikTok into American hands, putting control in the pockets of MAGA-aligned billionaires like Robert Murdoch, Larry Ellison, and Michael Dell. This deal hands U.S. investors control over TikTok's algorithm, which Trump said he wishes could be 100% MAGA. J.D. Vance said the company will be valued at $14 billion. Okay, I think that's a little bit of a stretch. But we all know that this came from Biden because they didn't want China having access to our phones, and however their algorithm worked and the access, it was a security breach. Okay, I was all for that. Then Trump has been delaying it. Now he brought somebody over, but he's bringing all his boys, and they are going to be in charge of the algorithm. How did that happen? That should not be fair. It should be, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy because I have a lot of content creator friends who make money on TikTok. So I did not want to see TikTok banned from the US. I'm happy they were able to save it, but it should have been almost kind of like a lottery system, maybe not like I'm going to pick and choose who gets to control the algorithm, because now the algorithm is going to be all MAGA. So, I feel bad for my friends who are on TikTok that might not be making content that is positive towards MAGA or Donald Trump or Republicans or whatever. And then how do you think the algorithm is going to be? And I just spoke with you earlier about Instagram. Like, you got to let the algorithm. You know what I mean? Like, you got to let it breathe as its own entity, but they are going to be playing around with it. The whole point, like, for example, like Instagram or whatever, is for Instagram to keep you on their app as long as you can. Now, some of you might not like that or whatever, but that's just the world in which we live in. You think TikToks is going to be, let's just keep you on as long as we can? No, it's going to be, let's keep you loving Donald Trump and hating everything else other than Trump. That sucks. That should be illegal. Somebody should pass a law on that. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our 13th quick story. Former FBI Director James Comey releases a statement after being indicted by a grand jury, aka Donald Trump. All right, I'm sure most of you by now know that Donald Trump put out a tweet to Pam Bondi. What's going on? Statute of limitation is going to pass. Next thing you know, grand jury indicted James Comey. Some of you might have even heard his statement that he made. And although I don't know like the depths of James Comey and haven't followed him at length, his 50-second statement, I had a lot of respect for him. Like, it was really good. And he ended off by saying, I am not afraid, and neither should you. Let's have a trial. Like, he threw down the gauntlet. I've been using that term a lot lately. I don't know why, but I use it at the Diddy trial, like at Diddy's lawyers. But he came back and he was like, my family and I knew that it was always a risk going up against Donald Trump. We knew the type of person he was, but that didn't stop me. I don't care. I do what I do when I want to do it. And I'm not afraid, and neither should you. And this should let you all know that you should vote in the next election. Vote like your heart depends on it, or your life depends on it. And AKA to Trump, I'm ready for you. I have nothing to hide. Let's go to trial. Like, I was like, yeah, okay, James, you know? And I shouldn't be surprised because I literally spent a month and a half every day with his daughter, Maureen Comey, who was the head prosecutor in the Diddy trial. Now, Maureen wasn't like the most friendliest person in the courtroom, but she was no joke. Like, she had no fear. She did not care. I also do guys like Team Diddy is more friendly, fun. Like, they're talking with ABC, NBC. They're talking with their new content creators. Maureen, if you guys met with her, she may give you and then it was gone. Like, she was in and out. Total respect that. Like, totally respect for her. So I could see where she gets her kind of like that, you know, like, I have no fear in me. So shout out to James Comey. Let me know what you guys think about Trump and his team bringing charges against James Comey in the comment section below. Our 14th quick story, or I forgot to say, if you want to see James Comey's statement, it's on our Instagram page, The Trend Out Loud Show. All right. Okay. 14th quick story. Mariah Carey refuses to answer quick question about navigating co-parenting with Nick Cannon. She said, it's best I don't talk about him. He could be in his own world. Okay, Mariah. Mariah is not one of them. She refused to answer a question about co-parenting with Nick Cannon during an interview with Gayle King. All right, I have not posted this up, so I will play it for you. Take a listen.
The twins are now 14.
How you navigate co-parenting when his life is so public?
I kind of feel like it's best if I don't talk about him because he can just be in his own world. No offense to him.
Yo, Mariah is the best shade thrower of all times. Like, she could throw shade like nobody. Like, it's best that I don't talk about. And she's like, it's best I don't talk about him because he could be in his own world. No offense. Okay, right. She is so annoyed with that, man. Oh my gosh. I still don't understand how he was able to get, were they ever married? I still don't know how he was able to get married and get Mariah Carey pregnant. Crazy. That should be like the 9th wonder of the world. Oh, no, hold on, the 8th? Is there 7 wonders of the world? Yeah, should be the 8th wonder of the world. And we shout out to Nick because, he got his dream girl. Let me know what you guys think about Mariah. You know, you could look at this, just to add my 2 cents, you could look at this in the fact that it's a positive thing. And she's like, I don't want to troll my baby daddy. Where some people would be like, he's this, da-da-da-da-da. It could just be like, look, I don't want to sit down here and give you all the goods about what's going on in our family. So it could be in a positive way, but I think it was still probably her backhanded way of being like, ugh. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this one sure got the internet talking. Our 15th quick story. Fans debate who looks better before the fame and surgery, JT or Cardi B. All right, here's a picture of JT. Y'all know I like to be really nice, but I'm not going to say anything. Here is Cardi B. I'm definitely not going to say anything about Cardi B because that's my girl. I love Cardi. Shout out to JT as well. I will say this. I do think that I think more we should look at this and not compare ourselves to these people that you see in videos and in movies and all of that stuff. Especially women out there. Or especially young women out there that are like, I want to look like Cardi and I want to look like this or whatever, blah, blah. Like, that's not really how they look. There's a lot of work. There's millions of dollars. There's lighting. There's makeup artists or whatever. So the beauty standards that we have in today's society are not really realistic beauty standards, because that's how these two celebs looked prior to doing this for a living and having to spend millions of dollars on surgery and makeup artists, etc. So instead of choosing between, I figured I'd, take the opportunity to just remind y'all, you're beautiful regardless of your surgery, all right? Just love yourself. Our 16th quick story, Adele and Taylor Swift have reportedly declined performing at the upcoming Super Bowl halftime show. All right, a lot of talk going on about this. I think I reported it to you guys that Taylor Swift was thinking about going. My 2 cents is this, is historically, Super Bowl was supposed to be about nostalgicness. It was not really like somebody at their peak in their career. It was like, hit after hit after hit. Like Usher is the perfect person. It's like a 25-year career, and you go back and you take them through your greatest hits for 14 minutes. Bringing Taylor Swift on now is way too premature. Like, how old is Taylor Swift? You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be when Taylor Swift is done her run. Now, some of you might say, well, what about Beyonce? I actually think that Beyonce was a little bit premature too, but Beyonce is in a different class, because Beyonce started out as a teen with Destiny's Child and etc. Right? And now we see her like she has Blue Ivy, where it's Taylor. Yes, she still has had a long career, but it's not like an evolution, right? She's only getting married now and probably going to have kids soon, etc. So I think that is a difference. Something like The Weeknd, I didn't necessarily love The Weeknd performing at Super Bowl, right? I'm also not really like the biggest Weeknd fan in the world either. So I think that's where this is probably going to. And, you heard that, Drake said that he turned down the Super Bowl twice. And I think artists are like, they want to do the Super Bowl when your career is not down, but when your career is kind of like, when you need the Super Bowl instead of the Super Bowl needing you, is what I'm trying to say. Like, Taylor Swift will be doing a favor to the Super Bowl performing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Where historically it was like the Super Bowl is giving you an honor to give you the biggest stage in the world. They're going to give it to somebody who's a legendary act. That's what I'm trying to say. Where does Jay go from here now? Where does Jay go? I'm going to go to my next story, but I'll just end off this one here. I also heard that I've been telling you, this is not a secret, that Jay-Z has been losing some of his mystique and some of his quote unquote power in the industry. Y'all know that Jay lost his casino. There's been a lot of stuff going on about Rock Nation. There's been a lot of like rumblings, right? He remortgaged his house for $50 million. There's a lot of talks about him and Beyonce divorcing, getting a divorce. There's a lot of stuff going on with Jay. Jay 5, 6, 7 years ago, Jay was untouchable. Everybody wants to sign to Rock Nation. Now, it's not what it used to be. And that could be part of the reason why too. I'll let you guys comment in the comment section below. All right, our 17th quick story. Nas's $5 billion casino project in Queens, New York has been unanimously approved by the approved by the Community Advisory Committee. Sorry. I don't know if I should read this whole thing. I have a clip, but hip-hop legend and Queens native Nas just received a major boost in his push to help transform his hometown. The Community Advisory Committee, CAC, has unanimously approved the $5 billion plan to expand Resort World New York City in Queens into a full-scale casino and entertainment destination. The proposal, backed by Resorts World and supported by Nas, includes luxury hotels, expanded gaming, live entertainment revenues, restaurants, and community investment initiatives. For many, the project represents both economic opportunity and cultural cultural pride, with Nas at the forefront, bringing hometown credibility to one of New York's most ambitious development projects. It goes on to say like what this means, etc. Why this is such a big story, ladies and gentlemen, is because Jay-Z just got denied 2 weeks ago for his Manhattan casino. Once again, that's why I put these two stories together, or I should give credit to the producers. Good job, producers. That's a joke. Nobody's here with me, but when they do something wrong, I say it was a producer's fault. So when I do something good job, producers. There you go. Jay's in trouble. Let's just come out and say it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, send me a cease and desist if you want, Rock Nation. I know y'all are watching. Jay-Z and Rock Nation has lost their luster. They have lost their je ne sais quoi. Nas approved, Jay lost. Listen to the clip.
With that being said, I'm getting ready to vote, and there's a theme in Queens, and I know Nas is a part of this. Queens get the money. Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again. I just had to rub that in. You can let the Brooklyn Borough president know that I send my regards to him. With that being said, I vote aye.
All right, this brings us to my favorite segment, comments of the day and social discussion. And stay tuned for the first live comment ever. All right, before we get to that, I have a question for y'all. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trend-out-loud to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura gives you alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts if your credit card, banking, social security number, address, cell phone, anything is ever found on the dark web. You also get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based customer service round the clock. And the best thing, or one of the best things, is they also offer a $5 million identity theft insurance package. In the event something does go wrong, you're insured, you are backed. Go to the QR code, or here's a QR code beside me. Go over to their site. You can sign up free, absolutely free, for the next 14 days. It is amazing what Aura can do and will do for you, all right? Make sure y'all sign up. All right, today's comment of the day is amazing, okay? Now, it was my last live, if you guys want to go check it out. I think it's like Diddy Day 38. And let me see if I can get the title for you so you guys can see I got this present live, handed to me live. Let me see. Sorry, I deleted it. Hold on. By the way, I'm not doing any more editing anymore. I'm making it feel live now, the shows, in case you guys are wondering why don't I just edit this out. If I make a mistake in reading or doing whatever, I'm just leaving it in. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, this happened. Go onto my live section, and Diddy could be a free man within the next few hours, all right? That's the live it's at. So I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes in, I see somebody. So one guy is like, hey, Trent Out Loud, I watch you. Can I just sit down? Can I just stand here and watch you live? So people started watching me talk to you guys on live, and I had a little audience out there. Then out the corner of my eye, I see this lady, and she puts this. And I'm like, so as I'm like reading in my book, reading my notes, like I look and I'm like, did you just do that now? Because I don't know how long she's staying there. And it's like, I've been doing it for the past 2 days or the past couple of days. And I know that you were going to come here October the 3rd. But then when I saw you here yesterday, I wanted to come and give it to you today. And she was like, I really love watching your show. I watch every day. And I wanted to give you this as a gift. I was literally like in shock. I had no clue what was going on. And then she's like, I really love your show, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, I'm going to give you this letter. Read it. and I hope that we could stay in touch. So I was literally just, and for those of you who don't know, this is like my microphone, or you don't watch me on live. This is my microphone that I use in replacement for this microphone. This is the courthouse at 500 Pearl Street. And this was in the summertime. If you notice, it's not live now. My hair wasn't braided. And yesterday my hair was braided. Look at the details in how the microphone is like weighing down my polo that I'm wearing. Like this little detail here, like such amazing work. I don't know if I can put it closer. Just look at the detail in here, amazing. And look at my pinky. This is my notepad that I have. I wonder if I have one here. But when I'm there, like I'm taking my notes in court and I'm here like this and I'm reading. So like just amazing, amazing work. The detail, the beard, the teeth, like it's just so good. Anyway, so I was so moved. We took pictures and whatever as I was going on my live, and everybody in the comment section was like, oh my gosh, so beautiful, so nice, out louders. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know how to get back to this. Anyways, we took pictures. And she's like, thank you so much. I'll go back and like, I'll watch your live. So then at the end of the day, I took out the letter. And when I tell you I got goosebumps, like this was amazing, but this I'm going to hang up right beside it in my house. And I wanted to read it to y'all. Okay. Here is today's comment of the day. Dear Trent, I discovered your podcast show late last year or maybe early this year, and I've been watching faithfully ever since. I lost my mother to what happened in early 2022. I can't say that word because YouTube will flag it and they'll put like a little comment, but you know what happened in 2020. Sorry, did I say 2022? What happened in 2020, okay? COVID. And after that, I stopped watching the news altogether. The constant update and rising numbers were just too painful. Since finding you on YouTube, your show has become my go-to source for news and updates, and I absolutely adore you. I don't comment much, but I made my very first 2 comments this week. I also became a member of the Out Louder the Out Louder membership program as soon as I saw the announcement. When I heard you share your story about how Diddy's arrest took you from a few views to over 200,000 views, I felt inspired to create a piece for you covering the Diddy trial. I hope you like it. Listen to this. Please give your mother a big hug for me. She raised a truly good man who is such a joy and a pleasure to watch. Keep being you. With much love and respect, a proud Out Louder, Minerva Diaz. P.S. QR code is my website, and here's my email and my phone number. I don't know if the QR code will work here now. Oh no, it's probably. I hope this QR code will work for you guys. Maybe I'll try to find her website and put the link in the comment section. So touching. First, that you would take the time out to do that and come down there. And you know, I think I told you guys last show, or maybe it was on the live, when I was in LA covering the Tory Lanez trial. I was with somebody in the street and we're just walking around shopping, and somebody was like, yo, you're Trent Out Loud. And I was like, I'm in Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive. I wouldn't think anybody would recognize me. And he's like, yo, I watched you every day during your Diddy trial, the Diddy trial. Always had on nice outfits, and I loved all the specs, the different specs every day, the glasses that I would wear. And I say that, and especially this, because, you know, some days I sit down here and I'll do a show, and well, I do a show every day now, and you know, you edit it, you post it up, and you know, you see there's 10,000 views, 20,000 views, 30,000 views, and you know, you just see the views, right? And some days you have a lot of views, and sometimes you don't. And then you get caught up in the numbers, right? And you just get caught up in like how many comments and how many likes and this and whatever, blah, blah. I mean, this is my job at the end of the day. And you kind of forget sometimes that, like, when you see like 10,000 views or you see 100,000 views, you kind of sometimes forget that like every single view is a person that's sitting down that's being affected in some way from your view. And that's what I love about being out and love about doing lives and doing stuff, is like, there's somebody who I've never met in my life, but I'm sitting down here in front of this camera and I am her go-to source for news and updates because of what happened to her mom. And I just love it. And this is going to sit down in this studio here. I don't know where exactly I'm going to put it, but Minerva, I was so moved. And I guess for the past year or 2 years or however long you've been watching this show, and I was able to provide whatever I was able to provide for you, just know that you are now able to provide something for me. Not every day is amazing, but I'll be reminded that at least one person out there is enjoying, and I'm helping you take your mind off of something, or I'm helping you laugh, or I'm helping you smile, or making you cry, or whatever. And I'm just being part of your life is a blessing, because at the end of the day, although yes, it is a job, and I would like to grow the channel, et cetera, et cetera. At the end of the day, I say this all the time, I'm doing this for you guys. This is my dream, and my goal with this show from the beginning has always been to connect with people, to talk to people, to engage with people, and to build a community of people. It morphed into me doing, from a weekly show to a daily show and implementing news. But this is why I always end off every show with a segment like this, social discussion, and I could talk to you guys about me and get your opinions about stuff. And even in question of the day, it helps me get me out and my purpose. And that is just connecting with people. And I love to do that. And I think, Minerva, I think you felt that when you met me there. I mean, I was in the middle of doing the live and I couldn't even care less. We were hugging and we were laughing and we were talking. I was like, guys, hold on 1 second. And there was like thousands of people watching. And I was like, it was just a moment. And I love that. So I could talk about this for hours, but thank you so much. Once again, this is beautiful and amazing work. I'll try to plug your website. Anybody ever looking for any work, please, please, please use and support Minerva. And I'm pretty sure that I pronounced your name right. I asked my aunt and I asked my mom. Oh, and by the way, my mom's a crier. She got a little bit of tears in her eyes. I started to picture right away. And she was like, oh my gosh, my son, my this. Y'all know how my mom is. So she says, thank you for the lovely compliment. She is proud of me, and seeing things like this, she said it gives her validation knowing that, I was going to make something of myself. I told you guys the story when she brought me home from the hospital. She's like, for some reason, not with your sister, but not with my sister, but with me. No reason why, but she saw me up on billboards, so she saw my name in lights. So she's like, this is just vindication. So Minerva, not only did you do something for me, you also did something for my mom. So thank you once again. Okay. I love those a lot. That was my first live comment and I loved it. All right. Now, where am I? Okay. We're going to go over to social discussion. Today's social discussion is a pretty good one. Michael Porter Jr., there's a spelling mistake here, but Michael Porter Jr. splits rent with his girlfriend after signing a $200 million contract. He says month to month, she's got to act right. Okay. I'm not going to play the video. It's up on the Instagram page, the Trend Out Loud Show. It's 4 minutes long, and to get the point out to you would take too long, and there's copyright reasons. I'm going to explain it to you, and then we'll talk about it. He met this girl. They were dating. She was looking for an apartment, and he said to her, she was looking for an apartment, and the things that she kind of liked were a little bit out of her price range, so she was going to go something a little bit lower. And he said, look, I am Michael Porter Jr. I want to come over here and stay here, and I want to feel comfortable, right? He's a big basketball player, whatever, blah, blah. He's like, I don't want to go into a place maybe that you can afford. He's like, why don't you get something that it's a little bit more expensive. I'm going to feel comfortable in, and I'll pay half the rent for you. She said, okay. And then he also committed. He said, I know we're dating or we're seeing each other, things are a little bit more serious, but in the event that anything ever does go wrong, don't worry. I'll commit to at least paying 1 year. So I assume that whatever it is, her lease is 1 year. So I'm the one it was pushing you to spend more money. I won't just leave you high and dry. So that's why the title of this, and a lot of people are talking about it online, like you had your girl pay half the rent and you make this much money. He was the one who asked her to go into a place more expensive so that he could sleep over and feel more comfortable. So of course he has to give it to her. And it's not like it's not like she moved in and then he was like, yo, give me half the rent. So having said all of that, let's play, just for the sake of the conversation, suppose it was his place, or they were going out to get a place and he signed a $200 million contract. Would it be fair to ask her to pay half? Okay. And by the way, they did break up, and he's saying that he's still going to give her the monthly rent. But the interviewer, Justin LeBoy, said, why don't you just, whatever you owe her left for like the 6 months, why don't you just give her a lump sum? And he was like, no, I want her to act right month to month, which is so petty. It's like, why would you want to do that? Anyways, so let's go back to my version of it. You're with somebody, you signed a $200 million contract. She makes whatever she makes. Do you have her split? Or even to make it even a little bit more realistic, you make more than your girl makes. Should she have to hustle to pay half? My opinion is there's context to every situation. For me, as you guys know, I've been very open with this. I'm an alpha male. I like to be a leader. I like to be a provider. I like to be a protector. For me, I wouldn't personally ask my girl to pay half the rent, especially if I am the person who is in that role for me. For a couple of reasons, which some I already just named. But also, I think that for me and the type of relationships that I would like, it maybe doesn't work for everybody, but I like the type of roles, or the type of relationships where I could go out and do the things that I need to do, whether it's, the show or build or company or whatever. And I like to be with somebody who's supporting me, pushing me, driving me, somebody who I feel like, she believes in me. I'm going to go out there, because of her beliefs in me. And, she's giving me ideas. So it's like, it's a partnership. I always talk about that, right? Like I always want to be with somebody who I could pour into and, push her to be great, and she can push me to be great. So that's the type of relationship. So I just feel at that point, then why would, if you're doing that in a relationship, why would you be like, yeah, all right, thanks for that, but give me half your rent. You know what I'm saying? So for me, now somebody else who you might not have that kind of relationship and you guys might not be together pouring into each other and bonding, then again, I don't have that kind of mentality, but I don't even know how to answer that because I only could think the way that Trent thinks. So I guess I'll leave it to you guys. And this is the reason why I bring things like this to social discussion, so you guys could let me know. Men out there, if you feel like you and your girl, you're closed off, you do your own thing, she does her own thing, you guys don't intersect. She's not helping you because she's like, even though my girl, like I might be the one making out the money, I feel like my girl is indirectly, she should indirectly benefit because she's the one giving me ideas and pushing me to go out. So I'm making more money. I'm more successful because of her. So why would I ask her to pay rent? But if it's like, our relationship is strictly like, you don't know anything about my, business life, I don't know anything about yours, and we come back, then I guess maybe it's a little bit more transactional. And at that point, if you're making $1 million and she's only making $2 million, then maybe you might want to ask her. Like, I don't know, but because I would never want to be in a relationship like that. So it's very hard for me to answer that. So y'all let me know. Ladies, if you were dating somebody who makes more than you or significantly more than you, would you want to? I'm sure there's some independent ladies out there who be like, nah, man, I want to pay my half, or I want to pay whatever, blah, blah, blah. Or would you want to be in a situation where you guys are a team and it's collectively something that y'all do together and you're inspiring each other and you're pouring into each other the same way like you're going out and whatever it is you're doing, you're pouring into each other. That's how I think relationships should be. So that's my 2 cents. And like I said, we posted this even up on our Instagram page, but beyond that, this title is a little bit misleading, and that's the reason why they're sharing, because it's really her apartment. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is part of the segment too. Don't forget to sign up for memberships. Forgot about that. Like Minerva, Out Loud member. Don't forget to sign up for memberships. The link is below, and you should see some join or membership. We do vlogs. We do a lot of things that will only be members only. We're working on more and more things. Don't forget to sign up. Become an Out Loud member today. Ching! All right, this brings us to question of the day. Would you rather work 16 hours a day for $1 million a year or 4 hours a day for $60,000 a year? I know these questions are supposed to be fun, but like I need more context. But anyways, I'll read some answers before I go. I would work 18 hours a day for 2 years, take 2 million and retire. People choosing 60,000 are hilarious. Like their time is that precious. That person said, I would work 16 hours a day for 3 months. They never said how long. 4 hours a day for 60, time is worth more than money. For all y'all picking $1 million, how y'all gonna enjoy it if you're always working? 16 hours, let's go. Somebody said, I'm tired I'm tired of these bum ass questions. Another person said, I barely got energy for 8 hours, so I'll take the 4. 4 hours for $60,000. Not going to unalive myself for $1 million. What type of work is each job? Another person said, none of the above. Thank you. Have a good day. How many days a week would it help? Anyways, okay. I guess she's trying to say it would help to know what's going on. 16 ain't ish. Me running my chips. I don't even know what that means. Just know 14 of those 16 hours I ain't doing ish. I'm good with the 60K. I'll spend time with my kids. Somebody said, give me that 16. Okay. So my context is, are you spending 16 hours, 16 hours a day and getting $1 million? Are you working for yourself or are you working for somebody? And is it straight for the next 20 years and you can't get a promotion, you can't get anything out of it? If you can't get anything out of it, if it's straight 16, let's say it's like 16 hours and you're like, I don't know, running a machine or something, then don't take it. I don't care how much money it is. That's horrible. If it's 16 hours and it's $1 million, but you could, that's it's your own business, or if it's something that you could grow and become a CEO or become a manager or do something. If that 16 hours is going to get you somewhere, then take that, because then you ultimately will make even more money. So that's why I don't like the context in this. But if it's straight dry, like how it is, where it's like you're only going to work 16 hours and get $1 million, like who cares about that, right? We already know how I feel about money. Money really doesn't exist. So if that's the case and you can't get anything out of it, then do the 4 hours for the $60,000 and enjoy your life, because like the person said, time, family, loved ones, your partner, it's worth more. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is a wrap. Like I said, glad to be back, feeling good. As you should be used to by now, we will continually do it. We are continuing to do daily shows. So we'll have another show tomorrow. This is our third Friday night, Saturday morning show. We'll continue to drop shows for you. And like this, anytime we miss a day, we'll obviously do lives or we'll catch up the next day. All right. So staying on routine as promised. Before I let you go, just want to remind you, sign up for memberships. Like I said, in social discussion, the link will be below or somewhere up top of me here. There should be memberships or join. Sign up. There are different levels. All you need is the first basic level to get all the perks. The other levels are just fun. If you want to pay a little extra, there are little jokes there, take me out for lunch, or pay for my lunch, pay for my dinner, out loud or family, etc. But just know the first basic one gets you access to everything that you will need. Also, for those of you who have not signed up for Aura yet, trust me, sign up. It is free, absolutely free. The QR code is right beside me. If you've ever bought even one thing online, your information is out there. You don't want to shop and go on the web without having some sort of protection, and Aura is the best, all right? They can find out if anything has ever leaked and take it off for absolutely free. So sign up below. What else? Oh, yeah. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trump Out Loud Show. For those of you who enjoy listening on podcast platforms, we're available on all of them. Just go to any site, type in Trump Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like I said, we upload daily, even on the weekends. So check us out. For those of you who are like me and like video, please head on over to YouTube, type in Trump Out Loud, 5 things I'm going to need you to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get the algorithming. Third thing, please try to comment below. I do the show with you. You guys are my co-host. I ask you questions. If you don't answer me, I'm talking to myself, and I do not want to be talking to myself, so please try to comment. For those of you who don't want to join in and comment, that is totally fine and understandable. Just let me know where you're watching from. I love that this is a global podcast, so I want to know the country and city you are watching from. Please at least give me that. Fourth, if you're enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. It helps in growing the channel. And 5, like I mentioned, please sign up for our memberships. I have some fun things planned for members only, so you're not going to want to miss that. Again, link below. It's the first link in the description below. I think that's it. Oh, no, last thing. Last 2 things. For those who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. And it's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, like I've mentioned, please follow us on Instagram, The Trend Out Loud Show. We post very actively on there, and it gives you an idea of what we're going to talk about in the show. You guys can see the full videos and get ready, sit down, and then we can have a discussion like we family. All right. So keep up to date with us daily on the Trend Out Loud Show on Instagram. That's it for me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great Friday night or kick off to your Saturday morning. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace!